it's time for the Front ROI Live. We're a little bit delayed. Sometimes technology, as much as we love it, sometimes it doesn't love us back. So, I want to talk about what is actually working with Google. So, Google has made a lot of changes recently. I got my handy dandy notes so I don't miss anything, but I want to give you some really good, like actionable tips that you can take away. So now we've seen on Google that they have the AI search features and the overviews that are happening in the Google searches. And I feel like we've gotten a few calls from people about like, do I need to, totally revamp my Google? And now Google is all AI. Some of it is relevant, some of it might be a little panic driven. So, basically the SEO, the classic SEO still matters, and you should focus on like unique, useful, non-commodity content. One of the first things that you want to do, like now is time for a good Google health checkup, and go to your Google business profile. Make sure that everything, is up to date, and like the local rankings really depend on that relevance part. So detailed business info helps Google understand your business to make sure it's making the matches, very cohesively. So things like, what is your primary category? What is your secondary category? What are the services that you're providing? The business description, the hours, the phone number. We're coming up on some holidays. One of the easiest things to do, and I know we need to do it, is updating your hours. So Google is looking that you are continuing to update, interact. So make sure that that business description is something that is searchable, that people are looking for. And again, this is a good reminder for us. I'm putting this on my to-do list to go update the Google business profile, go put some of those things in there. Make sure your website, your service area, and Google specifically says categories affect the local rankings. So if Google is confused about what you do, it's going to be harder for Google to show you. So that's number one. Number two, reviews still matter more than people think. So Google says prominence includes signals like how many website links to your business, like backlinks, how many reviews you have, and how many more positive ratings you have for rankings. So one simple like review ask for a good client experience, make sure that you are staying on top of that. And Google's help content says reviews help with businesses stand out in the searches and maps, and that reviews are not necessarily just that social proof. It is helping with that local visibility that Google is looking for. Okay, point number three is like, stop publishing generic AI content. A Google says AI can be useful for research and structure, but using generic AI content to get lots of pages like on your website is not really adding value, and it can violate some of their policies. So like, use AI if you're going to be publishing content as a place to start, or perhaps finish. So the way that, we use it is we'll put in some of either like have the content, come out from AI, but we're going to edit it afterwards, maybe add to it, obviously. And then, or we may put it back in AI and just be like, smooth out the language in here. So make sure that you're doing that. You're answering, so think about when you're creating these, like you're answering real client questions, real before and after lessons. Maybe if you're a service business, like a health and wellness, common treatment concerns, your local expertise, your firsthand experience. So again, AI can help you draft, but it should not replace your actual expertise. Okay, number four is your website. It still needs to have the basic SEO and indexing health. So Google says that the AI features in the search still depend on the core search systems. Pages need to be eligible for search and index to be shown. If you don't know what indexing means, reach out. We can help you and make sure that your website is getting indexed. Also, Google recommends that the search content, the search console to monitor crawling, indexing, and performance. Again, if you don't know what this means, reach out. We can help you out. So make sure, and this is things that you can do if you're updating your own website. If not, again, you know where to find us. Make sure that each service has its own page. Make sure the title tags and the headlines clearly say what that service is, and then check the search console and see whether the pages are being indexed. That last one might be a little hard for everyone to do, depending on your skill level with your website, but you do want to make sure. So again, like if your page isn't clearly about something, Google has less to work with. I mean, you don't want it to be a digital brochure. Like it has to have some content. So met with somebody, recently and looked at their website. There was not a lot of words on it. And the way that they described the business and what made them different, I didn't find it on the website anywhere. And so, like, that's something to keep in mind as far as what you're doing different. Okay, final tip. Mobile experience signals trust. That's still a big one. Google uses mobile first indexing, meaning that mobile versions of the site are used for indexing and ranking. So that's where it's going first. Google says that a good page experience, clear structure, the original content still matters for the AI visibility in their AI searches and regular searches. Okay, so check, does your site load fast on a phone? Can someone book or contact you from one tap? Our services, pricing cues, frequently asked questions, trust points, are those easy to find? Do they find real photos, real content of who you're about? Also, Google notes that high quality images and videos create more opportunities under the search experiences. So your website should make very first obvious next steps. I mean, I find it astonishing sometimes that I still find websites where there is no clear booking link if you have a service-based business where people need to book with you. It's like, really? I mean, first thing should be so obvious, like I don't have to hunt and search and try to figure it out. Like real opportunity missed there besides the SEO and the rankings. Okay, so those are some really good steps that you can take advantage of the new tools. And, one of the things that we can help with is automating those. I mean, I touched on a lot of things that we can help with, but one thing that can really make a huge difference in your business is automated review requests, because we all get where we're good at it for a little bit and then we're inconsistent. And I know that Google is cracking down where it's like if you're getting a bunch of reviews one day and none the next, they want to look for that consistency. So that's something that we can help you with on Google, get a consistent review requests so that that's happening in the background, whether you remember or not. So make it a great day and we'll talk soon.